The internet did not just give women over 40 bad style advice, it taught them to hate their bodies. In this video, I'm talking about how that happened and what it takes to stop seeing yourself through that lens. Chapter 1, your body is not difficult, the lens is. I do not think most women over 40 are struggling with their bodies nearly as much as they are struggling with the way they have been taught to read them. That is a very different problem. A body changes, of course it does, but the suffering usually comes from the meaning women have been taught to attach to those changes. The minute the body stops looking exactly the way it did at 25, the culture starts whispering that something has gone wrong and that you need to manage it better and hide it more intelligently. And once that idea gets in, getting dressed stops being straightforward, it becomes loaded, and every outfit starts feeling like a test you're slightly failing. And that is what I mean by bad programming. Not the body itself, but the hostile interpretation of it. Women are trained to look at a changing body and immediately ask, how can I hide it? And that is not style, it's anxiety, and it shows up everywhere, in the language, in the thumbnails, in the endless advice about what to avoid after 40, as if maturity itself is something that needs visual damage control. No wonder so many women feel strange in their wardrobe, while they try to convince us that age makes the body harder to dress. Here's what actually works: more respect for the woman and much less respect for the bad programming. Hi, I'm Bridget Fisher, and we're here to prove something radical. After 40, age is your style advantage, not an obstacle. I cut through the noise with German honesty. Welcome to the Aura Club. Chapter 2, the real hunger should not be for thinness. Now, here's the thing I think women understand immediately, even if almost nobody says it clearly. Most women are not chasing thinness for its own sake. They are chasing what they think it will give them: relief. The relief of getting dressed without dread, and the relief of feeling that the outfit works, the dress sits properly, and the whole thing feels easy instead of emotionally draining. But honestly, there's often a real cost to maintaining the kind of body the culture keeps presenting as effortless. For most of us, our full-time job is our life, our family, and our work. But somehow, living a real life where a thin body is not prioritized is treated as less chic. And I've decided I'm not willing to fight my body to achieve a fantasy. It's simply not worth the hunger. As my body shifted more into a pear shape, I found myself loving A-line dresses, and that's not because I'm trying to hide anything. It's simply because they gave me comfort. A-line dresses feel right on the body I actually have now, and they feel comfortable for me, and that's my priority. And the confidence shows. But that does not mean A-line dresses are all I wear. They are part of one of my style uniforms, and bootcut or straight leg jeans, a white button down, and loafers are another. And people will see my tummy in those jeans, and I'm more than fine with it. And that is exactly the point. These photos here, of course, are not me. I chose them simply to illustrate the style uniform I was just talking about. I have deliberately chosen not to present outfits on my own body on this channel because I share ideas, principles, and experiences, but this channel is not about me. It is about you. And when the woman in the photo is thin, my focus is never her body. It is the outfit. And style is about the line, not the size. So whether the woman in the outfit is thin or not, we're looking at the formula. Being skinny is not a wardrobe system. It's not style, and a woman can be thin and still look tense, still dress like someone seeking outside validation, and still appear caught in the status game, and still feel wrong in her wardrobe. Who knows? And a woman can be fuller and look elegant, clear, and entirely herself because the outfit works. And that is the standard here. Not the body, but the clothes, and not thinness, but comfort. So yes, I will continue sharing outfit photos here and there by thin women too, because I'm showing the outfit, not presenting the body as the ideal. In my worldview, any woman can wear any of these outfits. Most style advice for women over 40 is still built on the same tired logic. Accentuate your waist so you look slimmer, dress younger if you want to stay relevant, and reduce your wardrobe to a minimalist capsule if you want to be taken seriously. That is not style, it is bad programming. The Aura Club exists to help women build real style autonomy. And if you are just starting out, begin with Style After 40. It helps you let go of bad programming, understand what changes with age and what gets better, and make clearer, more confident choices about your wardrobe. And if you're ready for the next step, the Core Style Guide gives you a complete wardrobe system. It helps you find your style territory, shop with more confidence, stop impulse buying, and build a wardrobe that works every single day. The basics checklists add an extra practical layer and help you apply that thinking to the season you're dressing for. And if you want my personal eyes on your wardrobe, you can book the Aura Audit. It's a private, personal way to see what belongs, what doesn't, and what will make your wardrobe feel more like you again. You'll answer the questionnaire, share a few photos, and I will personally come back to you within 87 weekday hours. And if you buy any 2 items from the Aura Club, the Wishlist Planner will be added for free at checkout. No code needed. It's my gift to you. Chapter 3. No, you look fat is not funny. Now let's talk about something I feel very strongly about. These YouTube thumbnails and hooks that say you look fat. Your outfit makes you look huge. Stop wearing this if you do not want to look bigger. And whenever I show these, I hear the same defense. That creator's actually great. She does not mean it like that. It's just blunt, it's just funny. If you watch the whole video, it's more nuanced. And I'm sure these creators are lovely people, but who they are as a person or what they say later in the video is not the point here. The madness of the "you look fat" messaging simply needs to stop. It's not funny for women who search for style advice online to have to read "you look fat" packaged up as style content. It's not witty, it's not refreshing, it's not empowering because the person saying it is supposedly just being honest. There's a difference between honesty and humiliation.
Signs that you're big. Somebody say, "You're not that big." Yes, you are big. Or they say, "I just love you the way you are." It, because you're fat too.
And women are not stupid. Women know what language does. Women know what it feels like to hear or read something like that when they are already feeling vulnerable about their changing body. To be told that the insult is harmless because the creator is giving great advice misses the point completely. The point is that women should not have to absorb humiliation on the way to reclaiming their style. The craziness really does have to stop. Social media has trained women to normalize insult as instruction. It has taught them to mistake body shaming for expertise.
Did you eat today? So you should move. Move your body. Go for a walk. You're big. You're fat. You have a big back. You have a double chin. You're not tired to be fat?
The Aura Club rejects that completely. We do not cultivate aura by humiliating women into better outfits and thinner bodies. Because here is what actually works. Speaking to women with intelligence, precision, and basic respect. Small note, I'm often asked about the specific pieces I like, so I've linked some of my favorites below. I'm not here to push products, but I'm always happy to share good pieces when they are worth sharing. Chapter 4, the skinny jab. The skinny jab shows just how far the pressure on women's bodies has gone. When a culture becomes obsessed enough with female thinness, it does not stop at selling us better jeans, better shapewear, or better flattering tricks. Eventually, it starts selling us medical intervention as if it were a reasonable next step. And that should stop all of us in our tracks. Because once thinness is treated not just as desirable, but as urgent, the whole thing becomes much darker. A woman is no longer simply being told to dress better, she's being taught that her body is a problem serious enough to medicate. And this is why I think the BBC is doing something genuinely valuable by giving women a platform to speak honestly about their experiences and by informing the rest of us about the risks. Let's have a look.
So initially, I thought I'll do it for a 4-month period. And in the first few months, I did feel awful. I was struggling with nausea. I had headaches every day. I hadn't slept in 4 months. My hair was falling out in clumps, but I'd lost about 3.5 stone.
Your weight does spike when you come off because you've no longer got the medication that's helping you suppress your appetite. And a lot of people then don't continue eating in a calorie deficit.
On a couple of occasions, I've made the decision to come off of the medication and just to stop. And I got on both occasions 3 days in. And after day 3, I had eaten so much food and was so horrified with myself because I didn't even realise I was eating food. It was literally like something opened up in my mind that said, eat everything.
So what I feel when I watch this is not judgment, it's sympathy. Because in my opinion, these women have been pushed into an atmosphere where thinner is treated as better, as more disciplined, as more beautiful, and somehow more worthy. And when that kind of pressure becomes normal, of course, some women will end up taking risks just to feel acceptable in their own body. And that is not madness on the women's part. That is a very sad reflection of the culture.
If you need some skinny motivation today, I'm going to be the one to give it to you. Every time you're eating, pretend like you're on the beach, sitting in a bikini. That thought alone is enough to make you drop the snack. Suddenly, that last bite doesn't seem worth it. The decisions you make in private are the ones that show in public.
And honestly, I think this is where women need to hear something much steadier than what the culture keeps screaming at them. A woman should not have to shrink on demand to earn ease in her wardrobe. That is not style autonomy, that is bad programming at a much more dangerous level. So this is where I want us to stand very firmly. We do not need more pressure to optimize a changing body into something smaller. We need better self-image, better confidence, better judgment, and we need enough clarity to see when a culture has crossed the line. Just to let you know, if you haven't taken the 2-question style test yet, it's free, it takes 2 minutes, and it's linked in the description. Chapter 5, the fashion industry has failed real women. Now, here's another thing women need said plainly. Sometimes the clothing is not working because the industry has done a terrible job of designing for real bodies. Take Brandy Melville. It is essentially a one-size brand for very small bodies, really more teenage girl bodies than grown women. And while that brand may not be aimed at us women over 40, it shows exactly how early the bad programming starts. The last time I went into a Brandy Melville store in London, it was not because I wanted to shop there. I went in because I wanted to observe what was happening and see the pieces for myself. And it was full of super excited teenage girls and the energy was intense. And then I noticed the girls who clearly would not fit into those tiny pieces, and you could feel a completely different energy around them. And at that point, I had to leave because it made me sad and angry at the same time. And that is the point. It does not start when a woman is 45 and suddenly feels her body has become difficult. It starts much earlier when girls learn that fashion is an environment where some bodies get to participate easily and others are made to feel wrong before they have even begun. And even outside brands like that, there are plenty of brands where the biggest size barely fits a changing body at a healthy weight. The industry still behaves as if women are supposed to adapt themselves to the garment instead of the garment rising to meet the woman. And if you are outside a narrow size fantasy, the whole thing becomes absurd. The cut changes badly as sizes go up. The proportions collapse. Your body is not inconvenient because a brand was too lazy to design properly. Your body does not owe the fashion industry simplicity.
This is for the Pretty Little Things sizing team. Can you please tell me how I have a size 10 to 12 and this is a UK 14 and won't even zip up at the back? Now, there's nothing wrong with being a 14 or a 16, but I am a 10 to 12. This is 2 sizes above my size and it will not zip up at the back. And I have just had a little cry and it ruined my day.
The fashion industry, who we pay, owes women more intelligence than it has given them. And if you want to build a wardrobe that gives you more clarity, more self-trust and far less regret, I break down exactly how to create style uniforms and a real power wardrobe in this video here. And always remember, confidence looks good on you.